When the wounded part of us that grew up in those dysfunctional homes is afraid to step into our power, we become easy to control. What do I mean by this? We become easy targets for the same dysfunction we lived through again and again. And the people who are used to controlling you, be it your mother, be it your father, or even a caretaker, they don't retire just because you grew up or you've moved out or you've started your own family. Hey, friend. Welcome to the Rise and Rebuild podcast. This is your space to breathe again. A space for women of color, single women, and single mothers to finally feel seen, deeply supported, and reminded that you don't have to do this journey alone. My name is Lydia, a certified life coach and founder of Break the Cycle Global and a proud cycle breaker. Around here, we don't just talk about life. We get real about it. The messy, the magical, and everything in between. From breaking unhealthy cycles to mastering your mindset, navigating relationships, parenting, career, money, faith, healing, and so much more. This is where we rebuild when life doesn't go as planned. I know what it's like to feel stuck because I've been there. And now, my heart beats for women like you, ready to rise up and embrace love, abundance, and confidence. So whether you're carrying painful wounds, facing another hard season, or simply ready for a fresh start, you are in the right place, my friend. Grab your coffee, warm your tea, and welcome home. Because this is where we break, heal, and rebuild together. Hey, friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Rise and Rebuild podcast. Happy Wednesday, or whatever day it is you're listening to this podcast. I hope you're doing okay, my friend, and easing into the holidays. It's almost Thanksgiving, and then my favorite holiday of all, Christmas. I know it gets me so excited just to think about Christmas. And I feel like this year has been heavy. Just the thought of having Christmas come cheers my heart. So happy Thanksgiving, happy Christmas in advance. And don't give me that side eye thinking that it's just November and Lydia, you're here talking about Christmas. Listen, around here we spread joy. And if putting up a tree brings you joy right now, then my friend, by all means, go ahead and do it. Life, as I said, has been heavy enough. We are now allowed to choose joy. So I'm spreading the holiday cheers to you, and may joy fill your home. All right. What are we talking about today? Today, I am ripping off the Band-Aid. The truth I want us to sit with is the family you came from has the potential to damage the family that comes from you until you say enough. Did you hear that? Until you say enough. So let's start from the beginning. Some of us grew up in homes where love and pain lived side by side, where the phrase family first sounded beautiful, but the fine print behind it was, hey, don't speak, don't feel, don't rock the boat. And so over time, your body learned some hard habits. And you kept quiet, probably just to keep the peace. You followed some hard rules to stay accepted, maybe. And you put yourself last so everyone else could be okay. Do you resonate with that? So you survived by shrinking. You laughed off things that hurt you. You cleaned up messes you didn't even make. You became the responsible one, the fixer, the quiet girl, because you didn't want to rattle feathers. And if you're a firstborn daughter, like we talked about in the last episode, you probably carried everyone on your back because it felt like you had no choice. Is that you? I mean, most of us, if you grew up in a family, you probably grew up around some level of dysfunction. But first, let's connect to how that now follows us into adulthood and into our nuclear families. You know, the ones you're trying to build now? Here's the hard turn. When the wounded part of us that grew up in those dysfunctional homes is afraid to step into our power, we become easy to control. What do I mean by this? We become easy targets for the same dysfunction we lived through again and again. And the people who are used to controlling you, be it your mother, be it your father, or even a caretaker, they don't retire just because you grew up or you've moved out or you've started your own family. They don't. Here's what happens. If we start a new family without healing and without setting clear boundaries, that old control from our caretakers just follows us home. The same voices that told you who to be start telling your spouse who to be, how to move, your children how to act, and your home how to run. You've seen parents that are running their children's homes right now. And before you know it, the family you came from is quietly, unconsciously, or consciously running the family that now comes from you. That's sad, right? How does this dysfunction form though? Remember, it doesn't arrive like a storm. It shows up as tiny agreements that feel normal. A secret here, like don't tell anyone. So you learn to be quiet even in the face of abuse. You are handed a role you never asked for, especially my firstborn daughters. You're told you're the strong one, you're the fixer, you're the ATM here, you're the one who holds space for everybody, so handle it. Probably in your home, there's a rule like respect means never saying no, an apology that never comes. That's just how your mother is. That's just how your father is. And you're even told it wasn't that bad. Stop being dramatic. So when you put all this dysfunction together, you get a system where conversation is replaced by control, safety is replaced by fear, love is replaced by guilt, and we put on masks to survive. And what are we surviving? The parentified child. My friend, none of those are freedom. They are coping mechanism. And then we grow up and try to build something new. Marriage, we try to build motherhood, we try to build our own families, a peaceful home. But then the unhealed part of us starts leaking. We find ourselves in very dysfunctional dynamics in our own home because of what we lived through. We start over explaining ourselves. We say yes while we really want to say no. We start to parent from fear. We choose what's familiar over what's safe and what's healthy. And we let our extended family members walk straight through our boundaries because that's family. Let me pause here and say something clearly. The way I coach, I keep it straight. This isn't a shame message. It's a naming message. You've heard me over and over again say, what we don't name, we repeat. But what we name, we can surrender, we can heal, and we can change it. And that is what we are doing today. Healing one unhealthy cycle at a time. So as we keep going, I want you to check in with yourself. Please ask, who still has a key to my peace? Whose voice can make me feel like a 9-year-old again? What old family rule, like don't speak, don't feel, don't say, still lives in our body and is now shaping our homes right now? Here's the truth I want you to sit with. Control dressed up as family is still control. And yes, the Bible says and calls us to honor our parents. But honor is not the same as unlimited access. That love we are asked to do is not the same as saying yes to everything. Proximity is not the same as peace. You can honor your parents and still set boundaries. You're not called to build a new home on the same foundations that broke you. You have to break something for you to heal and rebuild. Now, let's talk in-laws, because this is where it shows up real fast. In-law dynamics can copy and paste the old patterns. Like going around your partner, little comparisons here and there, wanting things to be done the way we do it at home, guilt, unannounced visits, and help that comes with strings attached, no boundaries. And if no one sets a line, resentment builds in your marriage. Your kids get confused about who is in charge here. Your partner starts to feel torn and you feel alone, honestly. And now, if you're allowing it, your in-laws are running your home. You don't have inside agreements, and so you are running your home from outside approval from them. And this can be very detrimental to your own family's health. But now, what do we do if we are trying to build a healthy family, especially if we were raised in dysfunction? We rebuild on purpose. And the very first thing you need to do, my friend, is tell the truth to yourself. Say it out loud. I learned to keep peace by staying small. Say it. That harmed me. I am not living that way anymore. You see, that one sentence breaks agreement with the old system and loosens the shame you may be carrying. So tell yourself the truth about the dysfunction you came from. Second, please separate yourself or separate the love you have for your family from access. You can love your parents and still keep parts of your life private. You can honor your father and decline his advice. You can bring a pie to Thanksgiving and bring a boundary at the same time. Your heart is not a public park, it's a garden. So having those gates, they're healthy. Choose boundaries over battles. You don't have to fight everything. Choose your battles wisely. Keep it simple and steady. If there's voices raised and you don't like your children being around that drama, say it kindly and create a boundary. The other thing you need to do is reparent yourself. The girl who had to grow up too soon needs safety now. Give her what she missed. Give yourself permission to feel, to rest, to be cared for. Speak over yourself. You're safe now. You're no longer in that dysfunction. You're trying to build something new. So reparent yourself. Give yourself the things you didn't have. And the other thing you absolutely need to do is now create new agreements for your family. Build culture on purpose. Have house values for yourself. Do not repeat the same dysfunction you saw growing up. Put new commandments for your own family. You don't have to live with the commandments that you grew up with if they are harming you. I mean, there are other commandments, there are other rules, there are other values that we learned from our families that are good and healthy, but you don't have to pick the ones that are not. And as you do this, caution, expect some pushback. Change that threatens an old system will always get a pushback. You will probably get some guilt texts from your family, silent treatments, or the you have changed, and that's the point. And that's the point, to be honest, because you cannot be the same person you were growing up in a dysfunction home and expect that now your home is going to be healthy. You have to cut some links. You have to break the cycle. And when you start to feel guilty, my friend, I want you to coach yourself out loud. You can actually love people without letting them lead your home. Saying no to dysfunction is saying yes to your assignment now. You have a different assignment. You're not here to repeat your pain. You're here to redeem it. And so breaking those old agreements may bring a lot of guilt, yes, but now you're allowed to live a new life. Okay? That's all I had for today. But before I close, I want to speak directly to mothers of sons. I am a mother of sons. Please hear this with a lot of love. Your son's marriage is not a second chance for you to re-raise your son again, to manage his home, or to compete with his wife. When a mother wants control more than connection, guess what? Families split. I have seen men walk away from their own homes because mother did not like the daughter or the daughter-in-law. That is not love. That is control. And the cost is a broken generation. So if you're a mother of sons, please bless their homes. Don't wage war between you and your daughter-in-law and your son. Don't make him choose. There's no choice there. You're his mother. This is his wife. Instead, ask, how can I support this marriage? Not how can I be in charge of it? Your legacy as a mother, at least for me, should be of peace and not pressure. Your grandchildren should know you as safe, not scary. Choose to be the bridge and not the barrier. Okay? And that is coming from a place of love. And to you, my sister friend, let me land this gently. You're not betraying your family by protecting the one you're building now. You're breaking a pattern that has hurt everyone for years. You're the chain breaker. You're the cycle breaker. You're the turning point. Your children will say thank you in a language called peace, because now you're not letting the family you came from break the family you're now trying to build. And that is a good thing. Don't feel guilty about cutting off some people that are not good for the family you're building right now. Okay? Good stuff. So if this episode spoke to you, I want you to share it with a sister who's trying to build a healthy home. And please take a second to subscribe and leave a 5-star review for me on Spotify and Apple and YouTube so that more women can find this space. All right? Thank you for your time today. I love you deeply. I am cheering for you. And remember this, your past does not define you. Your pain does not disqualify you. Your story is still being written. So stay grounded, stay faithful, stay grateful. Let's break, heal, and rebuild together. Until next time, my friend, take care of yourself. Bye.